I made it to Coldfoot last night, cold, tired, and hungry. This morning, it's 33 below zero, and the Vanagon is not happy. Everything feels it. The engine, the doors, there's ice on the windows, and my water bottle is frozen solid. This is one of the only places out here, a small truck stop, with very little help if I have a problem. Beyond this, it's 241 miles north to Deadhorse, or 254 miles south to Fairbanks, and this is where things start to come apart.
Welcome to Coldfoot. We have arrived. Around here, get some fuel. Turn on the heat in the back because it's cold in here. But I'm all bundled up. I'd have froze my ass off. Alright, so the trick to getting fuel here is you pull up to the pump, figure out which pump you're at, and then you go inside with your ID and your credit card, or one or the other. Give that to them, you come back out and pump the fuel, then you go back in and pay. So you get to stand out here in the cold for a little bit. But there's nobody here, so it should be pretty quick. Okay, for the record, it is minus 14.9 and it's only 23 degrees inside the Vanagon right now. And I'm at Coldfoot. I just fueled up. I haven't had the heat on back here all day because of all the blowy snow I've been driving in and out of, and I didn't want to suck a bunch into my intake. But yep, it's time for the heat to come on because I gotta start warming stuff up back here. I mean, my refrigerator's down to 34. My water bottles are freezing. I mean, yeah, that's got ice in it. And it's cold in here, and I'm tired of being cold, so I'm gonna get that heat going, and I'm gonna crank it up and let it rip. Check out my fuel level. Yep, I got plenty of fuel for tonight. I'll have to fill it up tomorrow, but I'll be up north tomorrow. So I'm gonna get back in the driver's seat and start logging some more miles. Everything bounced around back here, so I'm still at Coldfoot. I decided to go ahead and stay here tonight, just in case for some reason the van won't start or something in the morning. At least I can get a jump here. If I go up another 100 miles or something and I'm parked on the side of the road and it won't start, I'm at the mercy of somebody stopping. So I don't want to be in that position. I'm already, you know, where am I at here? I'm about 800 miles from Soldotna right now, so I'm a ways out. But I gotta start putting all this stuff back where it usually goes. It all bounced off of here because the road's been so rough. But as you can see, it's minus 17.3 and it's just getting colder. So I expect to see 23, 24 below in the morning. It's 44 in here. It's finally warming up. I got the heater blasting. It's been blasting for the last 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, I didn't realize it had got quite that cold back here. As you can see, here, I'll put this over here so you can see me, but I'm wearing my snow machine suit because that's how cold it was driving. So anybody that doesn't think 15, 20 below is cold, throw a 40-mile-an-hour wind in top of it, and the wind chill goes way down, and the Vanagon definitely needs to be resealed up front. Oh, and my heater blower is starting to squeal pretty loud, so that's pretty short for the planet. Hopefully it makes this trip, because I have a new one in Soldotna. But anybody that's changed the heater blower in the Vanagon knows you have to take out the entire dash. So that's why I've been procrastinating, but it's getting pretty loud and pretty noisy, so it's getting pretty close. So I'm gonna reorganize everything, get everything ready. Tomorrow we're gonna do probably, I don't know, I haven't decided yet. It's supposed to be 25 or 28 below or something tomorrow up in Prudhoe Bay, which is not a big deal. I mean, it's cold, yeah, but up there I'll have power, so I can plug in and keep my batteries topped off, because right now I'm going to chew through them pretty heavy running the heater as hard as I am. Plus I'm going to run my block heater. I'm going to wake up a couple hours early, plug it in, so it'll start warming up the engine, and it should fire right up. I mean, it started this morning at 10 below just fine, so not too worried about it. It usually starts. Like I said, well, it's 18 below now, so yeah, the temperature is still falling. But I'm up here pretty remote, and I don't want to have a mechanical issue at this point, because it's going to cost me a fortune to get somebody to backhaul this back down to Soldotna, so don't want to have any issues in that department. So I've just been taking it easy. But tomorrow we'll run up the road, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 miles, find a nice turnout, and I'm going to make a campfire. I brought a whole bunch of scrap wood that a friend of mine, Guy, gave me, and I'm going to build a little campfire on the side of the road, and I'm going to take my rock pot, put the stone tablet in the fire, get it up to 500 or 600 degrees, and I'm going to make like a stew or a pot roast or something, because I've got all kinds of stuff in the fridge, and I'll get that all cooking, and I'll just put it back here on the floor and let it do its thing while we're driving. And then tomorrow afternoon, whenever we pull off and call it a day, whether we're in Prudhoe Bay or back down here, yeah, we'll have a nice hot meal done, and I won't have to do anything except some prep work in the morning to get it ready. So not a big deal there, but I'm still shivering from the drive, and I kept stopping and taking pictures of the sunset because it was gorgeous earlier, and I never really got warm again after that, because the heater, like I said, the wind coming through the front of the van, through all the vents and stuff that are needing new seals, was overwhelming the heat that I was actually getting. Plus the fan was squealing so loud at one point I just turned it off and let the heat from the heater just kind of radiate in. It wasn't giving me much, but I'm gonna get organized. I'll quit rambling. Cold, but that was the whole point in this trip. I want to test out all of my gear, my cold weather gear. That's why I have it, and this is one of the last chances I'll get this year probably to come up here. So I made a quick run. It was kind of a last minute decision, so I'm sure I forgot some stuff. Not a big deal. I've got enough cold weather gear with me. If something bad happened, I'd be okay for a few days. If I turn the heater down, you know, if I did get in a predicament where for some reason the van won't start or whatever, I can turn the heater down, and I can run on my battery bank for probably 3 days on low. Wouldn't be very warm in here, but it would keep me alive, and that's the important part. So anyhow, I'm gonna get cleaning, and I'll bring you back, and we'll chit chat here in a few. Just sitting here a minute ago, and I realized I hadn't ate today. It's 11 o'clock at night. I mean, I've been snacking. I've had some pepperoni sticks and some drinks and stuff, but I haven't actually ate. I had a couple hard-boiled eggs at like 7 o'clock this morning, so yeah, that wasn't much. So I made a salad and bag. No dishes this way, just got a fork. But yeah, it's 19.4 below, and it's 55 in here finally. It's getting comfortable in here again. Yeah, I think tomorrow, as long as the snow's not too bad, I might just leave the diesel heater running back here, or maybe I'll just turn the factory heater on. The problem with when I turn the factory heater on is it robs the heat from the front too, and I need every ounce of heat I can get up front. So yeah, I'm gonna eat real quick, and then I'll bring you back and let you know what tomorrow's gonna bring in for us. Okay, I have finished eating. It's minus 20.3 right now, and I might be wrong. It might even be colder than what I thought it was going to be. But so this trip started out, I was just going to go to Fairbanks, and when I got to Fairbanks, it was early in the afternoon, and I thought, you know what, let's just keep going north. The weather has been pretty nice. It's a long road. I mean, it's, what, 450 miles, I think, from Fairbanks to Prudhoe Bay. I'm about halfway right now. Yeah, so this has been the plan all winter, was to try to get up here. I missed the really, really cold weather already, although it's still going to be plenty cold. I mean, I think it's supposed to be 24 below tomorrow, and then a high of minus 14, so it's not going to warm up at all tomorrow. It'll be really cold. Chance of a blizzard tomorrow even on the slope, so we'll see. We're not in any hurry. You know, this was, like I said, this was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I was just going to go to Fairbanks, go hang out at Chino Hot Springs and soak in some hot springs for a little bit and just kind of relax. It's cold. It's supposed to be 29 below there in a couple days, so we'll be, about the time we're going back through Fairbanks, it's going to be cold there too, so we'll end up camping there, I'm sure. But yeah, it's been an adventure. When you're driving a 35-year-old van coming up a really beat up road with lots of potholes and heavy semis and stuff running on it, the road gets beat down pretty hard. It was really rough. Rattly, this poor van, everything was shaking and falling out of cabinets, and yeah, it's been quite the adventure. It's 500 miles round trip from here to Prudhoe Bay and back to here. When I get to Deadhorse, from Deadhorse to Soldotna is almost 1,000 miles, so it's a long trip. Plus, I got a couple other things I want to do on the way, so we'll camp out, just kind of enjoy it. I do have some firewood. I don't know how much standing by a campfire I'm going to want to do if it's 30 below, but we'll see. For sure, we're going to do some rock pot cooking. We'll let that do its thing. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we still got to get there. It's still a long ways to get there, and then it's a long ways to get back to here, and then a long ways back to Fairbanks, and then it's 450 miles from Fairbanks to Anchorage, and then another 135, I think, down from Anchorage down to Soldotna. So I've still got a long, long ways to travel, and anything can happen at any time. So fingers crossed everything holds together and we can make this trip. But welcome aboard. I hope you enjoy this trip as much as I'm enjoying it, other than being cold the whole trip so far. It's exactly what I was hoping. It was, at least the weather is going to be cold. If I'd have came up here a week ago, it was in the teens, which was weird. Yeah, there you go. 22 below. Oh, back to 21.8. But yeah, the temperature's fluctuating. It's cold outside. It's clear. Let's see if I can pull up the weather app real quick. So that is tomorrow's forecast. Well, for the next couple of days, blizzard warning up there, and then minus 20 for a low and minus 15 for a high. So that's going to be chilly. And then when we get back to Fairbanks, which I'm planning on being back there Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah, it's going to be cold there too. So should be fun. If we get back to Fairbanks soon enough, I will stop by Chino Hot Springs and soak in the hot springs. And we'll take you along for that, because that's supposed to be amazing. I haven't done it up here. I usually stop at Liard Hot Springs in the Yukon Territory when I come through there. And of course, I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. There's hot springs all over down there I used to play in. But anyhow, I'm gonna get bed folded out. It's almost midnight, and it's 11:57 p.m. I'm gonna get a few hours of sleep, because I only got like 3.5 this morning. I stayed in Talkeetna, so I drove from Talkeetna to Coldfoot today, and I was in Fairbanks for several hours. I was on Fort Wainwright for a little while. I went on base and did some shopping and stuff at the exchange. So anyhow, I'm gonna quit rambling. I'm gonna get my bed folded out, and then I'm gonna get ready for bed. Alright. Yeah, it's not too icy back there yet. Get some lights shut off. Alright. I'm off to bed. We will see you in the morning. We will get this trip going. Good morning. We are waking up in Coldfoot, Alaska. It's about 234 miles from Deadhorse, Alaska, which is as far north as we can drive on the Dalton Highway. But what I wanted to show you is I was way wrong on how cold I expected it to get last night. It's minus 32.9 right now. I do have my block heater plugged in. That's this blue cord, but as you can see, it's not real warm outside. I gotta get outside real quick, and I gotta get my rooftop box, because that's where my rock pot is, and I need to get that out and get that kind of set up and ready to go. And in about an hour, I'm gonna start the van up and see how it's functioning, see if it wants to go north further, or if this is the end of the road, because it's going to be colder up there. Now the deal with it being cold, I've had the van in this cold of temperatures before, but the deal with where I'm at versus up here is the highs only get into the negative 20s sometimes like this, and where I'm at usually it warms up down closer to 0, so it's considerably warmer where I'm at normally. When you're up in sustained colds like this, and the fact that we're possibly driving into a blizzard, that could affect things drastically. So, and if we break down out here with low batteries, because we're burning battery right now, I've still got 72%, but by the time I'm done with the block heater, it'll probably be in the 50s, which again I can sustain for a couple days. But if we have an engine failure or something, which please don't, yeah, we could be in trouble at that point. Minus 32. So it's cooling off, and it's 5:50 in the morning. So I gotta get up in the rooftop box, kind of get everything resituated in here, because yesterday's travel was just a dumpster fire back here. Everything was falling off of everything, so I'm gonna clear everything out, put it down as low as possible. I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave my window covers up for now, just to try to keep as much heat in here as possible. I'm not gonna get all bundled up just to get in the rooftop box. I'll be out there and back in a couple minutes, so not a huge deal on that one. But definitely want to get my dinner prepared now, and then I'm gonna fire up the van, let it run here in an hour, let it run for 20-30 minutes, get it completely up to speed before we even attempt to go on the highway. It's not gonna want to shift real well. The power steering was really stiff last night because of the fluid being so cold. The clutch again was starting to do its thing where you let out the clutch pedal and it takes a half a second for it to release itself. So I'd rev up the throttle a little, or rev up the engine a little bit. But that's just part of the cold. You learn to adapt to it. Okay, I want to do this for everybody out there. These are Vanagon Maniac's window covers, and I know I've toted them in the last couple videos, but these things are amazing. I'm above the Arctic Circle right now. I'm in Coldfoot, Alaska, which is 230 miles south of Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, or Deadhorse, which is the top of Alaska as far as you can drive on the road system. You see, that's 46 degrees on the inside. It's minus 10 degrees on that side. So that'll tell you how well they're working. They're keeping me nice and warm in here. So they're an affiliate. If you guys want some window covers that actually work in cold climates, and I do know they work in hot climates too, they keep the heat out, but in cold climates, I can vouch for the fact that the interior temperature versus the exterior temperature, way different. And
I mean, right there's the proof. It's 32 below zero outside Fahrenheit. It's cold. So if you're interested in some good quality window covers, look into Vanagon Maniac. They're worth the investment. This is the rock pot. Oh, cool. Well, it appears the hinge doesn't like minus 33 degrees. It just broke off. That's not good. I guess I'll have to reach out to the company and see if I can get another replacement part. That sucks. Yeah, it's cold. I mean, you can see it's frosted up. Okay. Well, hopefully it still works, because I don't really want to have to cook inside if I don't have to. I'm gonna get everything set up here, and I'll do some meal prep real quick, and then I'm gonna get ready to get on the road. Or actually, I'm gonna get ready to see if I can get this thing to start. It's minus 33.3 out there, so it's cold. Oh, that clutch is stiff. I don't think it fully engaged or disengaged, so this might get interesting. Woo! That power steering pump is not happy. Just give that a couple minutes to calm down. Okay, I got the clutch to disengage. She's a bit chilly. Here for a second, let it kind of get the oil moving through the journals again. It started though, that's the important part. I'll just let it warm up. As you can see, the windows are still froze. It's going to take a while for this thing to thaw out, but I figured if I let it run for at least a half hour, then before we head out of here. See the exhaust, it's raging. Alright, well, the van started. I'm gonna eat some breakfast. Ooh, brr, it's cold. Okay, while we're sitting here waiting for the windshield to thaw out, let's talk about safety gear. What do I have with me? So I do have a brand new in the box diesel heater in the rooftop box. I have another sleeping system up there.
that I can add to this one if for some reason everything dies and I just don't have power or something. I do have that. I've got my snow machine gear, heavy jacket, I've got long johns, I've got more clothes with me too. What else do I have? Oh, like I said, I've got a whole bunch of extra clothing and gear in there. Gloves, hats. I've got quite a bit. I could probably do okay for a few days. I've got plenty of food with me. I've got probably a week's worth of food easy. That heater motor, it's not sounding, or the blower fan's not sounding real good. It's not happy. But yeah, it's I do have a lot of extra gear with me. That's why I threw the rooftop box on, and it's killing my fuel economy, but that's nothing new. In this next stretch, speaking of fuel economy, this next stretch is going to be right at the boundary of my fuel window. 240 miles, that's a pretty good stretch. Plus the fact that I'm sitting here idling because I don't really have a choice. I got to get that window thawed out so I can see. But I do have extra fuel with me. I've got 7.5 gallons. I got a 5-gallon jug sitting up there in the passenger floorboard. And then I've got my roto packs on the back. That's another 2.5 gallons. So I've got enough fuel to get there, no problem. Unless I get stuck in an avalanche or something stupid like that. But at that point, I'm in trouble anyways. So what's coming up? We've got about 100 miles, I believe, to Vanagon Pass. And that's going to be a first gear grind. It's a long, steep pass. The truckers in the winter, or mostly in the spring, have problems with it just because it's so steep and it's slippery. A lot of accidents there. Most of the time they chain up when it's starting to get springtime because it gets icy. Right now it should be good. I should be able to just drive up and over, no problem. I do have, studded tires on, which those aren't chains, but these do really well on the cold, tacky ground like it is right now. One of my water bottles froze solid. I got a gallon of ice now, and my other one, luckily I had it in front of the heater, so it's okay. But yeah, we're not completely unprepared here. I don't usually just go off the cuff. I don't chase extreme, but this one here, I've wanted to do this one for several years, so that's kind of why I'm doing it. Doing it in a 35-year-old van, it's definitely posing some issues, especially like the heater blower right now is not real happy. Everything else seems to be working good so far, so let's knock on some wood here and let's keep it that way. We've still got a long ways to go just to get back to here. It's 500 miles round trip just to get back to here, and then another several hundred from here. I think it's 265 miles from here to Fairbanks, so we've got 750 miles of road ahead of us before we were back to civilization, as they want to say. And then from there, it's another 450 back to Anchorage, and then another 135, I believe, to my where I live down in Soldotna. So we've got a ways to go. Once it gets daylight out, I'm gonna, wherever we're at, I'm gonna stop somewhere up in the next 100 miles, build a little campfire, get my stone warmed up for my rock pot. Hopefully that still works. Unfortunately, the hinge broke when I went to open it, so yeah, it's not probably designed for 30 below, and plastic tends to get brittle. I should have known better, but I should have let it warm up is what I should have done before I went to open it. But I was impatient because I was trying to get this done because I want to get on the road because I got a long ways to go today, and if I have any issues, I'd rather do it during the daytime. This diesel heater, I'm going to leave it on unless I get into a lot of blowing snow, and then I'll shut it off, and then I can always switch to my rear heat, the Vanagon heat, but it pulls all the heat away from the front if I do that, so try not to do that. I'll give you one more look here. It's warmed up. It's only minus 30.6 now, but that fluctuates 2 or 3 degrees in a matter of seconds. The northern lights are shining. I'm gonna have to put pictures in because this camera just does not pick them up for some reason. I have not been able to get them to film, and it's probably just me not having the right settings, but we'll get on the road. If I find some really beautiful spots, maybe we'll get some good video with my phone or something with some northern lights and give that a shot. But I'm gonna get up in the front here. I got a half a windshield, so I can kind of see. It's gonna take probably an hour or two for that windshield to completely thaw out anyways. So as long as I can see with my headlights and everything, we'll get on the road. So stick around, this adventure is just beginning. And honestly, I haven't filmed a whole lot to this point. I've filmed quite a bit, but the adventure is gonna be when we start heading south. That's where I'm gonna film a lot, because then it's gonna be the trip back that'll be a lot of fun, I think, because most of it will be during the daytime. Houston, we have a problem. I gotta check my coolant level. Apparently my coolant level is down, so something's up. I'm gonna go figure out what it is, but I'm still in Coldfoot, so I'm gonna go pop the engine hatch hopefully, and we'll figure it out.